100% Chelsea. How are you all doing today? Now, I am with Nicky from West Ham Fan TV, and with a new season just around the corner, and considering we're playing West Ham, I thought it would probably make sense to get him on. So, Nicky, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having us on.
It's all right, no worries. So, just kick off with stuff that we talk, the games around the corner.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone's had a pre-season. Everyone's been prepared for pre-season. I just thought I'd discuss, how you think your pre-season has gone versus maybe how ours has gone. So, how do you feel just the games and have gone for you this season?
They're not been brilliant, but I don't look too much into pre-season. Obviously, with the Euros this year, you've got a lot of players away, so you can't really get a grasp of your team in reality. But a tour to America weren't that successful. Got absolutely smashed in one and drew the other. A tour to Austria didn't do too great there either. Obviously, one of our major players got injured there, Aaron Cresswell. So not been the best pre-season, I must say. It's not been great in terms of results, and the injury has, of course, left a big gap in our squad that we're trying to fill now. But apart from that, I don't really look too much into it, So it's been okay. It's been a good pre-season. I think they're raring to go now. The players that have been.
So
there.
you feel the preparation's been right? Slaven Bilic has got it right.
Yeah, I think in terms of the fitness and stuff. I mean, Andy Carroll is an absolute fire. I mean, he's going to be a real handful. It's the first pre-season he's had with us as well. So it's good to just get them players involved. We've had a few youngsters involved as well. We've seen some good talent in Reece Oxford and Reece Burke starting to develop now, ready for sort of first team football. So yeah, it's all positive in that way.
So speaking of Reece Oxford, first game of last season, you beat Arsenal at the Emirates.
Yeah.
And he kept Mesut Ozil in his pocket.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances are of him potentially coming into the equation for regular football at West Ham this season, or do you think it's a case he'll probably going out on loan?
We've seen him. We've played a couple of competitive games, of course, in Europa League, and he played in those, and he was superb. First things first, as you've got to mention, he's not a centre midfielder by trade. I mean, he only played in there to plug a gap in the Arsenal game. He's a centre back, but he very much reminds me of Rio Ferdinand. He's got grace, he's got skill, he's athletic, he's tall, he's good in the air, he's good on the ball. So the fact that he hasn't been sent out on loan, he's 17, coming up 18, tells me that he's got plans to use him this season. He could come in and do a job there.
Yeah. Well, your pre-season sounds a lot more useful than ours. I feel in terms of transfers for me, I just felt that obviously we signed N'Golo Kante and Michy Batshuayi, but other than that, we've needed to sign a left back and a centre back. It's not looked great. Kante has looked good. So's Batshuayi when he's played. I thought he's looked all right. In terms of the games, we've been decent. We've got results you'd expect apart from that first game that Conte had again in Vienna. But I'm not gonna lie. There's one signing of yours that excites me a lot, and this is probably the inner kid coming out of me, because about 3 or 4 years ago, I used to constantly play FIFA. He was my favourite player for Valencia. Fegalai.
Yeah.
What's he been like? Is he something that we should be scared of?
Yeah, he's a decent player. I mean, really decent player. He's got skill in abundance. He runs at players. He's quick. He's athletic. He can play, which is decent. And what West Ham have done, especially with Feghouli, I think you pronounce it. I don't know whether it's Feghouli, but with Feghouli, he brings something. And what he's done, I mean, someone that you obviously know a lot about, is we had Victor Moses last year. Victor Moses is a decent player, and what we're starting to do now with our squad is sort of like take that filler out and bring quality in, And we've got Gökhan Toure, of course, that you know a lot about. Who's been at Chelsea.
He was really used to them,
just coming back from injury. We haven't seen him this year, so maybe you can tell me a lot more about him than I already know.
Yeah.
So but Feghouli is a good player. I think when Payet comes into the fold, them two are going to be a real handful,
So I mean, obviously, Payet is already very well known in the Premier League, and it's going to be interesting to see what Feghouli does. But anyway, that has been sort of a brief review of sort of how we feel pre-season's gone, what we should be looking at potentially to be scared of, really, from West Ham. Obviously, Nicky's highlighted for Gooley. Reece Oxford could come in for the first game again. Never know. Have someone else in his pocket. Hopefully, no one though, because that's not something we want. But anyway, subscribe to 100% Chelsea for all Chelsea content. All social media links are down in the description for Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Obviously, head over to West Ham Fan TV. There'll be a link for that in the description as well.
We're not too biased, I must say.
Not too biased. No. Well, whatever. But what can people expect to find over there, Nicky?
It's just some sort of fan banter, It's nothing too strong. We don't really, some channels go into one about other teams. We don't really do that. We respect other people. We have a bit of fun, bit of banter between ourselves. We have some arguments between ourselves sometimes. So if you want to come over and watch us have an argument, two West Ham fans, then come over. But it's just good-natured fun, to be honest.
Well, I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care, and like I said, subscribe.